Hello, Crunchy Mamas. Today we're going to talk to Robert from Beyond Good, who makes premium chocolate and the purest vanilla you can find in the market today. They are going to tell us about their story, how they redefined sustainability, and the amazing projects they have in Madagascar where they help the community, and how pure the process of grinding and making the cocoa beans. I don't know how to explain this to you. So they are going to come in. Robert is going to come in and explain everything that they do to provide the purest chocolate, the purest vanilla that you can find. They're organic. They're USDA certified organic. Not just, they don't just have like organic products. They're certified. They're fair trade. And I will show you, this is the chocolate that we had in our giving box. It is still in our giving box. And here is Robert. He's coming to tell us everything about this amazing company that makes delicious, healthy chocolate for us crunchy mamas that like to eat healthy. Hi, Robert.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thank you for joining us and, telling us everything about your amazing company, the chocolate. I was showing them, this is the delicious chocolate that we got in the giving box, and it's so good. I can't stop eating it.
Yeah, thank you for having me and for including us and for sharing us with all of the people who you're speaking with. We're really excited to have that Barbie a part of the giving box.
Oh, thank you so much, Robert. So tell us how Beyond Good started. How old is the company? We want to hear all about your story.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll first off start by saying that I'm not the founder of the company. I'm a person who was a fan of the company for a while, as a person who is a chocolate enthusiast. And I've been working with the company for a little over a year, but it has existed for about a decade. And it used to be called Madagascar. Maybe some of your followers will have heard of the company as Madagascar. Previously changed the name to Beyond Good earlier this year. But the foundation of it was our founder, who is still our CEO, Tim McCollum, was a Peace Corps volunteer in Madagascar when he left college and fell in love with the country and actually learned a lot more about vanilla than he did about chocolate while he was living in Madagascar. And went into the private sector, had a job for a long time, but knew that he wanted to do something that was related to Madagascar and a business venture that kept money inside of Madagascar, based on what
Helping the communities there.
exactly, and having that be built into the way the company operates. That was really what he thought was important, and the way he wanted to try to make a difference with an effort like this. So it actually began as a vanilla company, and we still sell vanilla products. I love vanilla, and I've learned a lot about vanilla through Tim and through the things that we offer.
I love vanilla too. I buy your vanilla. I've been buying your vanilla before, I think with the old name, because when I looked at my vanilla beans here, I said, wait a minute, I know this company even before.
Yeah, had the little lemur peeking out at you.
Yes, in the little glass, like looks like a tube, a glass
A
tube.
little jar, yeah.
Yes, yeah, jar, a glass jar. Love it.
Yeah, and kind of through that, beginning as a vanilla company, learned about the world of chocolate, and then specifically what Madagascar has to offer just as far as raw product in the cocoa world. So broad strokes, there are a few different types of cacao growing in the world, and Criollo cocoa is the world's original variety, and it's from the Americas, but made its way to Africa in the 1500s. And some Criollo cocoa has existed on Madagascar genetically undisturbed for these over 500 years. And Madagascar cocoa has a really nice kind of bright fruity notes. You'll get what you get out of it, but
I taste that when I eat your chocolate. It has even like with the cacao nibs that are usually bitter, yours are not bitter. They're crunchy and they're sweet, and you get that little ting of like little bitterness, but it's not. It's just I feel like I'm eating like a crunchy chocolate that is like a sinful one, but it's not.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of that just comes with a beautiful raw ingredient that's treated well throughout the process. And kind of going back to why Tim founded the company and what we're still all about is kind of two main pillars. One is that what can we do to make money and keep money in the country? That's a made at origin mission. Um, we A factory has been established in Madagascar that now makes over 1 million chocolate bars. So that's a
A
really
million
direct,
chocolate bars a year?
yeah. So it's a really direct supply chain where we work with two different farms or two different cooperatives and then one larger farm in Madagascar, and that those cocoa beans that are processed at the farm level then come directly to the factory that's in Madagascar. And now, not all of our bars are made at that factory right this second. There are some logistical difficulties in
Okay,
producing.
yeah, I can imagine. Now with
Uh,
COVID.
yeah, COVID definitely has not helped anyone producing food. So we have a partner that makes up the remainder, but we're going to be making more and more and more chocolate at that facility, and then also establishing another factory, hopefully within the next couple of years, in another East African country.
That is very interesting. So your cocoa beans, they are a different type of bean, and do they have like different kinds of nutrients? What makes it different?
So I can't really speak so much to the nutrients level. What I can speak about it is flavor, and so lots of different things are going to affect flavor. But the kind of like first thing before we get into processing, before we get into treating them well, is going to be origin and the type of plant. So we can't claim that all of our beans are 100% Criollo, but we can say firmly with confidence that they're going to have a really specific flavor that comes first step from exactly where they're growing.
I can
Yeah.
attest to that because they do have a very distinct flavor. It's delicious. Delicious. It's really unique. I mean, I'm a chocolate lover. I try every chocolate that is, I mean, I look at the ingredients. They're clean, they're healthy. I will try them. And yours, they are special. They really are. I can taste that.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate you saying so. I really love Madagascar chocolate in particular, so I'm in a good position as far as what I do for work because I love that brightness, I love that fruitiness, and we also sometimes talk to people, who want to use chocolate in a recipe or something like that, especially because we also sell vanilla, which is, an ingredient. You're not going to be eating a vanilla bean by itself, whereas our bars you can. And I really love getting people excited about using single origin Madagascar chocolate in whatever their favorite recipe might be, whether it's a cookie that just has chunks or whatever in it, or if it's like a chocolate cake, and how that brightness, that flavor profile really comes out even in a baked good when you're using it in a different context. It's really fun. And I think chocolate in general is coming along in this way where people are learning what their favorites are, the same way that we have with coffees or yes, exactly. And we're on that road. Who knows how far along we are on it, but it's cool to talk to people who are exploring and learning what they love.
That is really cool. Tell me about this recent award. I was looking at your stories and I saw that you got a really cool award.
We just found out about this yesterday.
Inc. magazine?
Yeah, Inc. magazine gives out Best in Business awards that are by category. So ours was within food and not just consumer food. And the reason why we were pointed out is definitely because of the supply chain, what I was talking about, the way that we're trying to change the way that people think about raw materials versus finished products, and opening up the possibility that, you know, making finished products at origin is good for a number of reasons, where it keeps the supply chain tighter. The farmers we work with earn about 6 times average of what the cocoa industry would be if they were working in the commodity market.
Wow.
And it also,
So the fair trade that you have the certification, you're redefining sustainability because you're going beyond what the fair trade requires from you. That's what I'm understanding, correct?
definitely, yeah. And so the certs on the bar are USDA organic. We're non-GMO verified, and then we actually have a certification on there that says direct trade. We don't have the fair trade logo on there. And what direct trade means to us, and what the certification it is telling the consumer, is exactly that fair trade does something, you know, which is it's guaranteeing some floor level prices, and it's trying to do the work of helping people think about how people are paid. What direct trade is saying is, we will guarantee pricing, we'll purchase organic ingredients, and we're going to work with this specific group of people over a long period of time. And it's also great to be purchasing and producing within the same country, because it's pretty easy to have that direct relationship.
That's really special because you guarantee them work, long-term work. You pay above what they would get like normal wage in their country. So you help them in so many ways, and you give them, you know, a job that is long-term, stable, and you make them grow as a community. That's really beautiful. I love it. That's
Yeah,
how
I
you
think,
redefine sustainability, and it goes beyond all the requirements for all these certifications. You go beyond, and well,
yeah,
beyond good, right?
exactly. Yes, I think that was well summarized. I think that sometimes we hear the word sustainability and we think only about you know, agriculture and the way things grow, and not about sustainable supply chains, and making sure that you know, every piece of the puzzle is it works out for everyone. So yeah, while what we're doing and the way we're purchasing in Madagascar does contribute to reforestation and animal conservation, it's also a sustainable supply chain, where people working within it can be more, it's financially sustainable for all pieces as well. Sorry, that was long-winded, but I think you were
That's
saying.
a good explanation. It's a good way to explain that you're not just helping people, communities. It's a whole chain that helps the entire planet. It's not just in Madagascar. It's all over the world that you're contributing, and you're doing your part in a beautiful way. And when the chocolate gets to us, we know there's this whole process, you know, being taken care of, and we're eating something that is delicious, that tastes really amazing, it's healthy, and we can eat with zero guilt in any aspect. So I love that. That is really amazing. I want to thank you so much for coming here and explaining all of this to us, because one of the things that we like at Crunchy Mama is to educate, you know, educate on your product, educate on the whole like process, the manufacturing process, and why a product is good for you, good for the planet, and how does it help communities. And you explained that beautifully. So I just want to thank you for being part of the box and for coming here and sharing this with us on our IG Live.
Awesome. Yes, thank you again for having me. And one thing I'll say is, in case you want to dig a little deeper or look into some of the things I just said, look up some numbers associated. If you go to our website, there's a section called Our Work, so beyondgood.com. And then there's an Our Work section that has a transparency report and a little bit more information about what we do in Madagascar. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Yes, go to their website. Their website is not just beautiful, but very educational. It has everything that you have to know. Thank you everyone who's watching and all the beautiful comments saying that your product is beautiful, that they love the explanation. And we have one of our vendors here that makes amazing tea, sports tea, that I love having my chocolate with tea in the afternoon sometimes. So I think it's a great combination. It's great to have all you vendors here with us. Thank you so much, Robert.
Well, bye.
Bye.